You can see some ducks in the horizon, perhaps. Perhaps you can see them. The point is, there's some set of rules, some sort of bounded evolutionary paradigm that these ducks follow. There's a quote pecking order, etc. There's some means by which they don't go around just pecking each other to death. They have some sort of society, tribe. I'm not an ornithologist. You can Google it, I can Google it. The point is, so do humans. And that's sort of the point behind concepts like law and order, the rule of law, social justice, and various legal theories. And there's been a controversy because of this thing called critical race theory, where the left says, no, that's only taught in law school. It's not a thing. No, we don't teach kids that. And the right says, it's all a bunch of Marxist stuff. Well, here's the thing. I took a sociology class, and I actually paid a little bit of attention. There's this thing called conflict theory, and it's heavily influenced by Mr. Karl Marx, by Marx. And that's okay. There's two other theories. There's an acronym called Dead White Men. I forget what the other two Dead White Men's names were, but Marx obviously starts with the letter M, so the other two were D and W. And the other two theories in sociology are the interactionist theory and then the institutionalist or functionalist theory, functionalism. I think of it as institutionalism, but functionalism, conflict theory, and interactionism. And my friend Sasha has also contributed to this discussion. Anyway, in law school, apparently they teach several different legal theories. One of them is critical race theory. One of them is the idea of a sovereign. The Queen of England was the sovereign in the United Kingdom, in essence, and now King Charles III is the sovereign. The idea that law comes from some power. There's the legal theory of natural law. That's sort of the kind of cartoon version of the founding of the United States, but it's somewhat true. It's the idea in, John Locke and others and Thomas Jefferson, who basically plagiarized him and said that all men are created equal, created with, certain indelible rights, life, liberty, the pursuit of property, which was changed to pursuit of happiness. But whatever, that's natural rights. There's realism, the idea that you could have a rule that 65 miles per hour is the speed limit, but if everyone effectively drives 10 miles above that, and that's the range at which police will actually ticket you, that becomes the effective true speeding limit. So realism, there's critical race theory, born out of the idea of conflict theory and the idea of critical theory, basically the idea that there's these inherent conflicts between different factions in society, somewhat similar, but oddly very different. There's the idea of the ecofeminism legal theory, which combines certain ideas about feminism and ecology and environmentalism. And, I would boil it down to the idea of agency, particularly with respect to women and how that pertains to, say, the exploitation of environmental resources. It's an interesting legal theory. There's also TWAIL, which is about the interaction between different geopolitical states and how that affects everyone. Even Brown versus the Board of Education was ostensibly influenced by that, because it was embarrassing that we're trying to champion the idea of democracy around the world, and yet we had two separate systems in the United States for our education system. And so the idea of debating these different legal theories as opposed to pretending that they don't exist or saying that one is bad, just talk about them all. Make teachers talk about them all, at least social studies teachers. Yeah, make them do it. All of them. The problem isn't not teaching critical race theories. The problem is not teaching the whole thing. If the idea, as the left says, is that we're not teaching history and ignoring history, well, let's talk to the kids about how to interpret that history.